In this video, we will talk about looking at your overall grade and adjusting the items inside your gradebook that are inside the wrong category, or even if you're just missing items inside a very important category. So when you look at your overall grade, what you ultimately want to do is you want to use these arrows at the end to open up the categories and just make sure things are correct, or maybe they need to be moved. So in here, I automatically notice when I open up the assignment category that I have 3 meal plans, but those aren't part of my assignments. So that's something I have to make a note to change. Then I'm going to open up my quiz category by using this arrow at the end, and I see my 2 initial quizzes, so I'm off to a good start here. And I'm going to do the same thing for my test. So I notice that in here, this has to move up to quizzes, and I have my final, and then I have my 1 discussion board, which is correct. And then when I'm looking in here, I notice I gave the meal plans category inside my own gradebook, yours might be a different name, 15%. So I noticed that when I click the arrow, it has no items. So I know now that I need to move, I'm going to go back up to the top, these meal plans into that category, and I also need to switch the in-class quiz above. So you can't do it in the overall grade, but what you can do is you need to exit out and go into the gradebook settings to change the items categories. So I'm going to do that. Then once I've done that, in the grades tab or the gradable items, it does not matter, the icon is the same. I am going to click on this gear icon, and on this panel here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to look for item management. So I'm going to scroll basically until I see item management, and then I'm going to stop. Then in here, I'm going to click Manage Gradebook Items. Now, this may be where you're asking yourself, well, why don't I just do it one by one? If you do it one by one, that's a lot more time consuming, and the way we're about to demonstrate is a bulk way to do it, so you can change multiple items at once rather than going back and forth. So this just streamlines that process. So with that said, I'm going to click on Manage Gradebook Items. So in this course, I had to move my meal plans out of the assignment category into the respective category, and I also had to switch a quiz from a test category to the quiz category. So let's start with the meal plans in this course. I'm going to look for these squares to the left of the item whose category I want to change, and I'm going to click on it. And I'm going to click on all of the same item that are going in the same category. So I'm going to do that for all 3 of my meal plans. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to come up to this right-hand corner and I'm going to click Edit Category. Then once in here, I'm going to look for the word select. I'm going to click on select, and then I am going to look for my meal plans category, and I'm going to click on it, and then I'm going to hit apply. Then what you'll notice here is across from meal plan 1, 2, and now 3, it says meal plans in this category column. I'm going to do the same thing for my quiz to move it from the test to the quiz category. I'm just going to click this box to the left. I'm going to come up here to where it says Edit Category, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to where it says Change Category to, I'm going to click here, and then I am going to click on Meal Plans, and then I'm going to come to the bottom and I'm going to click Apply. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to click the blue square with the X to close out of that panel. I'm going to close out of this panel, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back into my overall grade by clicking the star in the grades tab, then clicking edit, and then I'm going to notice here that I have all my items here. Oops, I made a mistake. I should have made that quiz, but most of them are correct. So I'm going to just repeat that step again very quickly, just showing you without much prompting. Just if I made an error, again, going back into the gradebook settings, just clicking Manage Gradebook Items, looking for the quiz that I accidentally put in the wrong category, clicking Edit Category, and then I'm going to click on Quiz and Apply, and then I'm going to click the blue square with the X to exit out and exit out here, and I'm just going to check once more in my overall grade, and now all the meal plans are there, and now all the quizzes are there. So this is how you adjust the category of your item so that it properly calculates into your overall grade and making the student's grade now correct. I hope this helps. Thanks for watching.